It's been the home of the Chiefs since 1972. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. We are about set for kickoff. Greg, talking to the coaches all week. We're so curious to see what's going to play out here at the start of this one.
And ideally, I think each of these teams is thinking, okay, we think this is how the game's going to unfold. This is our plan. This is how we're going to go attack. And if that's the case, great. But very rarely does that happen, Mike. So it's really the team that makes the best adjustments in real time, in between possessions, in between snaps. The team that adjusts the fastest and the most efficiently, they're the ones that come the end of the game. They tend to have the advantage.
From 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Set, cut.
They motion the slot man left. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And this will wind up a Vikings first down as the tackle's made at the 35-yard line.
When we met with these coaches during the week, Mike, they told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early. And we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
And that's going to get closed up quickly. He'll get only to the 37. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Set, ready. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, Young. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll go play action with Young. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
A dive and a catch. Incredible. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
Here we go. Black drop. Quick, yellow.
On the give, here's Henry. They'll work forward only to about the 18. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Ready. Cut.
Here's the toss right side to Henry. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down.
Red, cycle. Cut.
From the gun, it's Young. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
That big boy was moving, Mike. That was impressive. I mean, it's not easy to bring down this quarterback in any situation, but to hawk him down from his interior defensive line spot, nearly out by the sideline, that's beyond impressive.
Piñeiro's kick is good. And the Vikings will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
to him on first down. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Big Christian Wilkins, the one who brought him down. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stick with him again. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8.
70 range, 70 range.
Throwing now from the gun. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
Half the 60. Bronco switch. Bronco switch.
Now a give on the ground. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Let's go now.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll work his way down inside the 40. Javon Holland up to make the tackle.
70 Timberwolves.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. Up the middle they go. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get 1st down after 1st down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line.
Cougar 19. Ready.
He'll drop to throw. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
A return now from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Ready.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Henry hit, the ball comes free. And this is taken in by the defense.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this 1st half. A 2nd down throw for Young. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The 1st half has come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone.
And instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the 3rd quarter. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the 2nd half is underway. Past midfield. It's a foot race. And he's going to take this all the way back. 94 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. The extra point, up and good. And the Chiefs extend their advantage to 14-3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Vikings offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. George Karlaftis there to make the play.
Ready?
Second down and 8.
Here we go. Set. Ready?
Here's Young. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that second down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack. So on 4th down, here's Corey Bojorquez to kick it away. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. 1st and 10 now from the 36.
Ready?
They'll begin here on the ground. Inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, KC. The PAT up and good. And the Chiefs move out to a 21-3 advantage. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Here we go. Opposite. Green. Hut.
Throwing on 2nd down, Young. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Check pitch. Check right. Yellow. Line. Go.
Off the play fake. Here's Young. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Here we go. Ready.
To throw is Young. Now a screen set up for Henry. Looking for room out on the edge. You're not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down. So we are through 3. This is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long.
Ready. Set.
They'll go. Young. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on down.
60 Eagles.
To the ground, a first down run. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They face second down and 7. Now a handoff running right. It'll take it down inside the 20. A run into the red zone. A pickup of 6.
On the jump.
3rd and a yard.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Let go.
Back to throw. He's got his man complete to Johnson.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10.
Check, Panther. Ready.
Here's a run going left. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
Come on.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
Go.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
An extra point attempt to follow. He gets it to go, and the Chiefs stretch it out, leading now by the score of 28-3. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Vikings offense ready to get back at it. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, They know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
His drive will start on the ground. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. They didn't quite get the shutout they were hoping for and likely deserved. This was a tremendous defensive performance. They held the other guys to just a field goal, that's all. That defensive unit was the drive.